Hi, my name is Ana Valdez, and I am a family leader with the Oregon Ocean Team. I'm also the mom of a 19-year-old who is medically complex and the mom of a 16-year-old.
Hi, my name's Brandy Trejo, and I am the mother of four kiddos. My oldest just is going to be 26, and he is medically complex. He also experiences a very significant intellectual delay. And I've been part of the Oregon Ocean team for the past 4 years.
What do you think administrators or team leaders should keep in mind when adding family leaders to the team?
They need to believe in the ability of the family leaders, believe in that we're really creative, we're imaginative, we think outside of the box. We've had a lot of experience having to figure things out on our own and in many different ways to, get needs met. So I think for me, one of the most important things is that believe in our ability to do the
We
job.
may not be running a hospital or have a PhD, but we're used to being committed and laser focused because that's what we have to be as moms of medically complex kids.
Another thing that administrators could do is like clearly laying out or clarifying expectations.
How do you think that the team can help family leaders feel like they are valued?
One of the things that was really important, I think, in the beginning for us was that the votes, and our votes have the same weight as anyone else on this team. So any of the other doctors or the whatever their position was, our vote carried as much weight as theirs. And that was really important, again, to feel like we were part of the team and what our input and our say, what we said really does matter. And it really did count because we voted.
A thank you card was sent to our home specifically to our husbands and our kids to say, thank you for allowing them the time to leave. And I think that's really special and that makes you feel really valued.
We are provided with so many opportunities for empowerment and engagement. And I think this is how we're feeling valued. Like they're believing in our abilities and they're believing in us and they're supporting us in a way that they're like, we know that you have the capacity to do this and we're going to support you. We're going to show you how to do it. So they're not just thinking like, oh, these are just moms of medically complex kids and they don't know anything other than how they've been treated by the system, which I think is super important too, because they're just showing how much they really do value our life experiences and what we've been through and the impact that systems mostly have had on us. And so I think that is something that's very powerful. And then we do feel valued because of that. And maybe I'm using my voice to speak for my son, but Ana gets to do both. So it's different and it's a positive for both of us.
We're both traveling the path of medically complex moms, but they're slightly different and they impact us in different ways. And so we have valuable information to share about each.
What are some things that help family leaders feel fully engaged?
I think one of the most important things is we have never used titles. So you might be a doctor, you might have a PhD, you might be heading the hospital, but we never refer to each other by that.
There has never been a meeting that family leaders weren't asked to speak up. We are always asked to speak up, always asked to share our opinions. When meetings were being run and they might say something that Ana and I might not know, our principal investigator would be like, oh, Title V is this, or this is what this means. And she would break it down, even though everybody else in the meeting probably understood it, but she wanted us to be fully involved and engaged. And so that's always been extremely helpful for us.
Our time is really valuable, right? Everybody's time is valuable. And in our world, the value of time equates to money, right? And so the team makes it a point to pay us for our time. We are reimbursed. So it makes us feel like that makes us valuable to the team as well.
What are the benefits for family leaders and administrators?
I would say that the capacity building, that we have been taught so many things working with the team that we're working with. We're taught how to advocate in more meaningful ways where we have been, we've had the ability to do things that we've never would have done before, like running focus groups or presenting at national conferences. We've done the lovely international review board process, and where, you know, we can interview human subject. A lot of things I'll say that honestly, without being a parent leader, I did not believe that I had the capacity to do these things. I don't like public speaking. I never in a million years thought I could go in front of a big group of doctors and all these fancy people, as I call them, and be able to speak and do a great job. What we have gained from this is transferable too. So it's not just in the project. We have been able to do other things outside of this because of what we have learned and the experiences that we've had working on this COIN project and with the group that we're in right now. Speaking for me personally, I feel like my own self-esteem, my own ability to help other parents speak up and advocate has become stronger because I do know that I can do it. How has this benefited them? They get our perspective, they get our experience, our life experience. We had conducted interviews with parents, or we've done these focus groups, and we're getting information that they couldn't possibly get because we're in the same tribe with folks that have medically complex kids. We have an in already automatically just because we're all in we live in the same similar life situation. It couldn't have been done the same by somebody that doesn't live in the experience that we live in.
It was like, I feel like it's when you walk in a room and it's dark and you turn the light on, you're going to be able to see things. But if you shine the light differently or you move it around, you're going to see more things and maybe in a different way. That's what we do. We bring a light into the world of providers, stakeholders, and policymakers that they're not used to seeing. And I think that's helpful. And we help clarify what it's really like to be in the trenches with our kids going through the system.